Got a blessing with my name on it. Ain't that how it go? With my name on it. Y'all love that song. Hi, my love. It's your lady girl from around the way, where we have culture, conversation, and community. And I'm coming to you all with some commentary about Chrisean and her giving a pastor what looks like a bag. Okay, so I'm assuming that Chrisean was in her hometown of Baltimore, and she retells a story of her being hungry in a church, and she said she was really blessed by the message and the sermon, and she understood about tithes and offerings. And she says, I wish that I had some money to, to put in my tithes and offerings. And she said a stranger gave her $5, and she thought about it for a second. Maybe I'll go get some McDonald's, I need some McDonald's. And instead she walked up there and sold her seed. And pastor looked at her and said, don't you have any manners? This, that, and the third. And he said, no, and this, that, and the third. And then he ends up blessing her with all of the seeds that the congregation had sown. So Chrisean then revisits the church and is now blessing this pastor. So, and he's like, oh my gosh, Chrisean, are you sure? Are you sure? And he ends up holding the stack of money up to his ear. Hello, can you hear me? God, can you hear me? Much like your favorite rappers do. And, he also goes on to say, well, is this your tithes and offering, or is this for me? Because he wants to make it clear now. He needs to make it clear, like, is this shit going in my pocket, or is this for the building fund? Chrisean says, this is how you handed it to me, so this is how I'm going to hand it back to you, and God put this on my heart to give to you. And watching the video was very beautiful. It was very emotional. I think that Chrisean is a very highly spiritual person, regardless of her antics and trauma that she has on full display for the world to see. I think that Chrisean is a highly spiritual person, and I think this is why she is so beloved. Blueface, well, let's wait for that commentary first. Before I finish giving out my commentary about this whole Chrisean drops a bag on a pastor, make sure you like and subscribe, okay, y'all? Make sure you guys are hitting the like and subscribe, and also the notification bell, because I think I'm gonna be going live on Friday. I think it's gonna be a live on Friday. So, after Chrisean says, no, this is for you, I already paid my tithes and offerings, the pastor confirms that he just dropped the bag on her, and people are torn. Most people are just like, y'all just love hating on this girl, and she's blessed and she's heaven sent, she's this and she's that. Some people are saying it's performative, because we do see an uptick of performative Christianity. Now, I feel like if you watch my latest review of Crazy in Love, and this is why it was important for me to make this video today, y'all. Happy Wednesday if you're watching this on a Wednesday, girl. Yes, get into it. Love that for us. I think that I want to take a couple of steps back from my most previous critique and criticism of Chrisean. I think it makes more sense why she continued. Now, if y'all remember the last week's episode, Blueface kept saying, you keep talking about it was divine, da 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 da. And I was just saying, like, Blueface really kind of put her on the map, and she feels like she could have got it from anywhere, but she was desperate. All she came was a book bag and a pair of cleats. I fully understand and see how or why she understood that her success is divine, and that it was going to happen with or without Blueface. I completely see that now. She has a calling over her life that most people wouldn't understand. And honestly, I hope that she continues to live in her truth, because she's going to empower a lot of young women at some point, whenever she does kind of get it together and, do all of the things. Now, I'm gonna say this here. I grew up in the church real bad. Okay. I grew up in the church. My grandmother was always in church, even when we weren't in church on a Sunday. Okay. Church was a thing. I ain't never, ever seen no preacher or no pastor. Now, we weren't Kojic or Pentecostal, and I don't know how those people run those things over there, because I know it can get serious and, you know, double collection plates and everything like this. Grew up Baptist. And in my Baptist background, I ain't never seen no pastor give a child all of the tithes and offerings. Now, I don't think it was a tithes and offering. Maybe they did a special collection. You know how sometimes they got the building fund. We doing, you know, whatever. I never seen that before. So, I mean, drop down in the comments if you're a church girl, former church girl, and you have, drop it like a daddy, drop it like a daddy. Church, yes, you can be my daddy if you want to. I'll drop down if you're a former church girl and you done seen the pastor drop a bag on somebody in the congregation. I done seen people get evicted. Pastor pulling up in the new hotness, still ain't giving out no money. So for the fact of the matter that this man poured into this young girl at the time that he did, I don't know, I mean, if they knew the story or if it was whatever, that's commendable for this man. He's what seems to be a fairly profitable pastor. Okay, look like the setup in the arena, in the things. It doesn't look like he was missing any meals or any checks. I'll just put that there. I do think that it was inappropriate for the pastor to put the money up to his ear. Because what was that about? And I also want to say that I don't think that Christianity should be so focused on the preacher not having any wealth. Because, girl, I come from the schooling of Reverend Ike. All right. And if you know about Reverend Ike, then you know you know how I'm coming. But I just think that the way that he did it just seems cringy. Was it? I mean, like, what do y'all think? Hello? Can anybody hear me with the money up to his head? Like, he'd been waiting to do something like that, you know? And I think maybe he was just maybe trying to relate to the younger audiences. I think like how Chrisean has made this impact on the younger influences with all of her antics and the Hennessy drinking on live and this, that, and the third. Maybe they will take a turn for the better. Like, you know what? Chrisean is into Christianity. Let me see what this, because she's always talking about God. She's always preaching and she's always doing these things. But I do find it curious that, you know, she's about to have her baby, and if you ever had a baby before, you know it's time to pray and get serious. She up for her biggest feat yet. You hear what I'm saying? So maybe she's trying to get right with the Lord, doing her due diligence. But also, more importantly, that man sold into her. You know, he did that. He sold into her, and it's coming back to him full circle. I think that it was a beautiful video. I think it was a beautiful moment. And I love that for her. Now, where she's winning is if the cameras were there, if the Zeus cameras were there, right? Which I'm sure they were, because Lemmy's a PK. And his family owned like a gospel network type of situation. I'm pretty sure those Zeus cameras were there that were rolling, and that's why people feel some type of way about it. But here's the thing. They film everything else. They film everything else. Why not film this? You know, so how upset can we truly be? The pastor, Blueface, no, that's what I'm talking about. Blueface ass is somewhere in Chrisean's wig fighting for everybody's attention, because Chrisean is eating him up from a publicity standpoint. Yeah, she lied on the I was about to say the ultrasound girl. Yeah, she lied about dealing with other men while she was pregnant. Yeah, she lied about the threesomes and a couple other things. But here we are seeing this girl about to have a baby drop a bag on a pastor who at some point inspired her. So while he's out here in this blue wig trying to make us laugh and remember her negative behavior, she's out here pregnant. She's out here pregnant, giving money to a pastor who poured into her. And I think that two things can be true at once. I think that she could be trying to save face, and I think that she really meant it. And that's where I'm at with it. Two things can be true at once, y'all. It's performative, and she means it. Why not show it? Why not film it? Why not share? So, Chrisean is check mark 1 up for Chrisean. Let's see what Blueface has to give us, because y'all know he is vying for her attention and going with the antics. Let's see what it gives, which I think about her giving the money. I don't even care about the money. It was just the pastor holding up the thing, holding up the money to his ear, girl. What was he doing? And let me know what y'all think. Drop down in the comments. As always, I'm sending you much love and much light, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.